Hey, Apex traders, how are you guys doing today? Hopefully having a great day. There's lots of activity in these markets. I know it's been a little bit tougher. We actually went ahead and had a rough day ourselves today. Uh, all part of the process, right? So nothing wrong with that. Went ahead and made some human errors today. We wanted to go ahead and discuss in these videos and go ahead and do a recap. Today's analysis was spot on. The SPY analysis was great today. We had a CPI release, which goes ahead and gives us the outlay on the day. So if you want to know what today's analysis was, go back and check out the analysis video. Great information in that one, and a good way to see the time analysis that we do. Today was one of those unique days where you'll be able to learn something from the time analysis. Go back and watch that one. But for this APEC account, we actually had a red day max loss today. Very unfortunate. Have not been hit a max loss in this Apex or in personal trading for a long time. So ended up on red on the day, $6,112.50. Actually got caught in a bad move, sparked up a little bit of emotions, and went ahead and fought with it a bit. Uh, Typically, the rule set we have that we follow is a three times your average trade, three times your green trades, right? So for us in this account, I've been trading with about $1,500 to $1,700 per every green trade. Three of those, you go ahead and stop for the day. So that would put us at 5,100. So I actually got out a little bit later than that on the Apex account. Uh, was holding a position, went against me by, I think it was like 2 points, 3 points. So put me at 6,100, about $1,000 just past max loss. So a bit much. Definitely have to go ahead and reevaluate today and how to come back better tomorrow. All right, let's go ahead and do a review, guys. Right, so here goes the chart. So key analysis today. How to identify, especially if you're trading these two bar setups, right? If you're a member, okay, take the lessons from these videos, okay? Green, red, P and L does not matter. Okay, it's the process that you come in and follow each and every single day. So notice the errors that I made here in this trade. That way you do not make those same exact errors. Okay. So if you're trading this two yellow bar setup, in the morning we discussed there was the first yellow bar here, okay? Then we go ahead and set the thresholds. Here's threshold 1, here's threshold 2. These little gray lines, okay? These are not pivots, nothing like that, so don't leave these on your chart. These mean nothing after today. But here's the two thresholds based on this yellow bar here. So we told the members we'll go ahead and wait for a two yellow bar setup. And that is our typical. For those of you who are just watching this video, just coming across, this is typically what we trade here each and every single day is our two yellow bar setup. So here would be bar 1, bar 2. Nice green trades in here yesterday. If you saw yesterday's video, again, you get the setup again. First yellow bar, second yellow bar, nice green trade. Okay, that's our normal, our average trading. Now notice today, those are typically A quality setups, right? You get big powerful move off of those. Today, what we had is a B quality setup. Now, how do you know it's a B quality setup? Well, you get the big A. I actually went ahead and discussed this in chat. And even though we discussed it, still went ahead and got caught in the emotional aspect of it. This is the 15-minute chart. So we trade off the 2-minute and the 15, 60-minute for time analysis, right? Now, notice, those of you members in the room, we went ahead and discussed here. This right here, when it was about here, okay? We saw that second yellow bar coming in, said if that yellow bar starts to form, this is going to be either on the 15-minute chart, the big A formation that we look for, okay, for that right leg to break, which is going to take us lower, or it's going to go ahead and build the structure. So what does the structure look like? This is what structure looks like, the way we trade it, right here, okay? This is a perfect example. Yellow bar, move, okay, it tends to hold that structure area, and you get the next leg. Okay, that's usually when you'll see us add in these videos. We'll add back to the position, get bigger and heavier for the next move. Okay, and today, what actually ended up happening was this one here. This yellow bar came in. Okay, we never broke that low. Pay attention there, okay, guys? So this is when you can identify a B plus, or I'm sorry, a B quality setup, and these are the ones that you can either go ahead and trade. Important part of B setup is not get caught in the emotional aspect of it, like I did today. Okay, you have a B quality setup. If you're going to trade it, you try it once, you leave it alone. Okay, remember the whole premise of the A setup, the two yellow bar setup, is that A formation break. Okay, you don't want to be taking a trade until you're down in this zone, in this particular case. Okay, but today what actually ended up happening was that first bar went ahead and checked our systems. This was such a large move that it got with no secondary yellow bar. Went ahead and started the counter here at 1. So this was 1. We had the A formation, red right leg break. Okay, so then right here, start prepping for a trade. Okay, and that's what, right, let's go ahead and move that. Zoom in here a bit. Okay, right here, yellow bar locked in. As soon as this dipped down, started to get long. Right here, oh, started to get long right in there. Added. Second yellow bar came in. Thought this was going to be one of those 3 setups, and then it ramps up really hard. Added back there. Got up to size on this one. Wanted to start pushing the envelope a bit here. Today was the day to start pushing for us. Unfortunately, it was on a B setup, so kind of messed with my head a bit. Flushed out, got stopped out. Right there was about 4,200 red or so. Went a little bit heavier than normal. Got some cushion in the account, cushion on the size, so I wanted to go ahead and start pressing this a bit. Uh, this Apex account, we're trying to get it to growth, right? Get it funded and then get it to 100K by the end of the year. That's the goal. So that's what we're playing with, that longer term vision. Today's red day doesn't really matter as in the aspect of the P&L wise, right? Go ahead and make that back. It's no big deal. But the emotional aspect of it is what you have to pay attention to. This goes for yourselves as well for trading. Okay, right here we got stopped out. That's fine. $4,200. I would take that any day for the amount of risk we had on. Had about 25 contracts on, so great setup. We'll do that again. Even though it was a B setup, probably the only thing I could do better about it being a B setup is less size. So should not have had 25 on. Should have been a 5 contract or less trade. Being a B setup inside of a larger A. Okay, until you see some, and even I even mentioned this in the chat room. We're going to be either it's going to move, or you just want to go ahead and bypass it, or go lighter on your risk. Go about half size is what I mentioned in the chat room. I did not listen to that. Went a little bit bigger, uh, and got hit for that, which is fine. So 4,200, no big deal. I know I can recover from that. So second, and then we had the thresholds. So the thresholds was, those of you members can go ahead and review. I know that the numbers are still in the chat room, but it was something like this was the thresholds, right? Something like that. The thresholds on that trade. So what ended up happening is we saw that second yellow bar, or in this case, third yellow bar on that setup. Tried it again. Just this was a management, so this was not looking for a move higher. Okay, trying to get down that red was 4,250 on that initial red trade there. Like, okay, we'll go ahead and manage out on some of this and try to get that lower. Saw the second yellow bar coming in against the threshold. We know if that threshold breaks, you don't want any part of that. So, got long right there on this dip. Added, was taking profit. Like, okay, sweet, we got this. And it just never got any more lift after that. Dipped back down a bit, added back. Only had about 10 contracts on or so on this. Was going lower size, just trying to manage, get the green. After we took this profit here, green in the account, or red on the account was like 3,200 or something like that. So perfectly within the risk tolerance on the day. And after that, went ahead and had the setup here. Right here's when we knew we were in trouble. Like, oh damn, it's gonna get stopped out. So got stopped out right there. Hit the trigger. Just went ahead and exited manually for, it was like 4,900 and something. Um, After taking that profit, and went back up to 4,900. That right there should have been the cue to stop. Should have just left it alone for the day. Unfortunately, did not let the emotions get the best of me. We actually have bots. So for those of you in the room, a bot trade came in right here. You can see what the green line comes in. We actually have automated systems and an automated bot. So the automated system caught this nice trade. What a beautiful trade for the automated system. Did not follow along with that. So I know personally for me as a trader, right, whether it's at work or my own individual trading, this Apex account, anything, just me as a human being, if I miss 3 items in a row, I tend to go ahead and make mistakes. This is a trigger for me, as an emotional trigger for me as a human being. Okay, so right here, we're actually watching for a short. I left right there. Okay, came back right there, and then stepped away again from the office, managing errands and doing other things, and then got back right there. So missed that short, quite unfortunate. Uh, Went ahead and talked about that one in the room as it was forming, which was right up in here. Before it formed, wasn't quite ready yet. We had our thresholds up, which was like right here and right here, something like that was our thresholds. For those of you members, just review in chat. What a great short that was. So that got under my skin a little bit. That's 3, and that's the one from yesterday we discussed. It was another short. I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday. So if I get 3 of these right in a small sequential fashion, like one day to the next, I tend to make an error. This is just me as a human being, as a trader. Missed that short. That one really got under my skin. Probably what made me take the B setup in the first place. Okay, and then so now 2 stop outs on red, 4,900 something, whatever it is on the day, right here. Then should have left it alone. Then I saw our automated system go ahead and take this long trade, right? Which amazing long trade. I did not follow along with it. Quite unfortunate. I should have, but I did not. Um, Let that go. Watching that, so now I got a miss, 2 red trades, and another miss. So I got pretty flustered. Right. Oh, what did I do? Put that back. There we go. Right here, I was pretty flustered all through this, watching this just go, knowing already what I know. What happens here? Structure, right? Next leg. This is going to continue to go. Like, well, damn it. Okay. Got flustered there. Should have walked away. Went ahead and stayed at the desk. Got a little bit stubborn with it and reviewed the daily analysis. In the daily analysis, we had the 10-minute closing on the SPY. So go back and review that video if you want to know what I was looking at. And said that this is going to come back down. We're going to break. We have to get into this lower pocket of 394.82 to 390.16, which is where we are at now, right? So I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and hit this short. Told the members I won't be posting anymore in the room. I'm going to go ahead and manage this red, get it lower. Actually went ahead and ended up shorting right there, looking for this move, waiting for the orange bars to come in. Took some profit, was back down to green, like, or red, 3,000, I don't know, 200, 3,400, something like that. Saw the orange bar come in, held through all this initial move. Orange bar came in, tacked on some more size, got up to like 15, and got stopped out. Quite unfortunate against that threshold there. So, quite unfortunate, got stopped out just as the reversion happened. Okay, I've been doing this a long time. So, that typically does not happen to me. But this goes to show that it can happen to anyone. You have to be in control of your emotions. I already know my trigger for me. My trigger as a human being is having 2 to 3 misses in a single day or in sequential days. Then I know I have to be careful to not make mistakes. Okay, that should not have been a stop out. Why was that a stop out? Because I had already taken a B setup, got stopped out twice right there, missed a trade, and then missed that short trade from earlier. So that all in sequential fashion typically gets me on edge as a human being. So when I saw that starting to push, I'm like, well, all right, I'll go ahead and get out the trade. And got stopped out right there. Unfortunately, got wicked out. And that is the biggest frustration for me. I hate being wicked out, as does anybody. Typically, we're pretty good at holding, but being close to max loss, or at this point was just over max loss, I was like, well, can't do it. Not going to blow up this account or make any stupid mistakes on top of what has already happened, right? So 5,100 should be the max loss on the day where you turn it off and walk away. For me, right? 3 times what you can make on a green trade. So for me, that is typically about 1,500 to 1,700 on a green trade. So 3 trades for me is 5,100. 5,100 was right there as it was pushing. Gave it just a hair more room, said, okay, let's see if this pushes up, shoots back down, and then I'm good on the trade. But no, it was looking like it was going to go ahead and hold and keep pushing. So went ahead and stopped out right there, got wicked. And then very next bar gives that orange bar I was looking for. Then you get the nice reversion, which would have put me green on the day with the 15 contracts I had on. Quite unfortunate, but hey, that's trading. That's the business we are in. We are in the risk business and risk management business. Very, very important. Okay, know your triggers. Know who you are as a human being. Some people are holders. Some people are greedy. Some people go too heavy. Some people overtrade. Right? Some people get caught up in all this mess. Just depends on who you are. Okay, get to learn yourself, your triggers, and what makes you make those mistakes. So now I know for me, after a day like this, I've had a trigger, I messed up, took a B setup, and I have a max loss red day. So for me, what is my rule set where I go through and come in tomorrow? Tomorrow, my goal is to come in and make exactly $1. That's it. That is my process and has been for years. Come in and just lock up a green day following the process. Not making any errors, not getting lucky, not having, just some trade where you get lucky and it spikes up against you and you take profit. No. So tomorrow I will be doing our 2 yellow bar setup, A formation, right leg breaks, consolidation, next yellow bar, catch that trade, follow the process to a T. I don't care if I even make $1. That is the only purpose. Likely it'll be more because this is the E-mini. Very hard to make $1 in the E-mini. But when I first implemented this, I was trading stocks years and years back. And I always had that, where a day like this would get rid of all this. A day like this mess, right? When I get caught up in this, would turn into 3, 4, 5 red, 7 days, 7 red days, where you just go on hinge and you start making mistakes and you get on a red streak. Okay, we've all been there. You guys all know what I'm talking about. It's part of being a trader. Okay, you have to implement a process to stop that from happening. And for me, it is stop it early. All I want to do tomorrow is be green on the day, even if it is by $1. I still follow this rule even after all these years. If I am green, that breaks the streak in my mind. It's all mental, right? It's not really breaking any streak. There's no streak. It's a singular red day. But I know I have now broken rules today, hit max loss. Not going to come in and push it tomorrow. Tomorrow I am going to follow the process, take one green trade, and close it up for the day. And that is it. Nothing more, nothing less. So keep that in mind. Hopefully you guys like these. I know this one will probably get good views. People seem to like red days, which is normal, right? Human beings, we want to see how other people are suffering like us or struggling like us. So great lessons today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment down below. Let me know if you want to see more of these lesson type videos and what we can implement to make these videos better. So we'll see. For now, we'll be down here either tonight or by the end of the close, or tomorrow. We'll see. Very unfortunate to get waked out of there, but hey, that's just part of it. See you guys in tomorrow's video. Later, guys. Oh, yep. Gotta show the, almost do this every day, don't I? Here we go. So for the copier, the actual morning trade, that first yellow bar, that was this one. This is the small account. Was actually green in this account there too, 250. Um, before that, all that happening that I just explained. So 225 green in the small account. The 25K Apex account, this was 237.50 green, and this one was 250. That was bright and early in the morning. Took a trade, and this was the copier system that we discussed in yesterday's. So turned off. Luckily, I had the what's the word I'm looking for? The wisdom enough to turn the copier off. So right here is behind this. There's account numbers and stuff, so I can't show it. But right here, there's it on/off switches where you could turn them on and off. So given that these accounts are smaller, this account here is much larger, so that one's okay with the threshold. This one here is $500 on this account. This one here is $400 in this account would be max loss. So when you lock up a green like that, you go ahead and shut those down, which I did today. So starting off the day was green 750 net across all 3 accounts. Then turned those off, and you guys just saw the Apex trade there. So $6,112.50 red for the day. Unfortunately, just passed max loss. So nothing I can do about it now. Come back tomorrow, be better, and get back at the process. All right, thanks guys. See you guys tomorrow.